Coming up on Vive Katerin, we hear the story of one inspirational pet store owner.
I'm a recovering drug addict. So, I was literally a junkie crackhead, knee-deep in dog crap. It's almost like I found my calling in life. 16, 17 years now, I've been sober. I'm very big on second chances.
So Jeff, tell us what inspired you to open up Paradise Pets.
Well, it's interesting because I first started in the pet care arena in dog training in the mid-90s. And I was pretty much doing dog training for family and friends. And I got involved with shelters, I guess in about 1999, and started volunteering at shelters. And I think that's where my passion, my real passion for animals really hit me and really reached into my soul, giving these animals a second chance, probably because of my past. As you know, I'm a recovering drug addict, and I'm very big on second chances, and in my case, fourth and fifth chances. But I was very fortunate to be introduced to Alcoholics Anonymous. That's where I went, even though it was drug addiction. Back in 1994 is when I got sober. And I'm not, I guess, 16, 17 years now I've been sober. So when my journey was, led me to shelters, and I started helping animals, it's almost like I found my calling in life. It's kind of like when you meet your spouse. They always say you just kind of know that's the one.
Yeah, yeah.
I knew that's where I belonged. Knee deep in dog crap. That was my calling in life. And I wouldn't change it for the world, because it led me here. To open up my business. We're here since 2003. We opened September 2003, with the whole purpose of further helping animals, but more so through nutrition and behavior. So I guess my drug addiction and my second chance at life catapulted me into serving others, and my others happens to be animals.
Excellent. Tell us about your services here at Paradise Pets.
But we specialize in nutrition and behavior, primarily with dogs, but also with cats and parrots and other animals. And we've been in business again 8 years, and I try to offer people and their pets healthy, natural alternatives to conventional Western care, which is not always the ideal situation, or there's always better alternatives, more natural alternatives. And as you know, I practice holism, so I really try to incorporate the overall care of the animal's life, not just diet, not just behavior, not just environment. We have to consider everything and make sure that everything is balanced, So.
Tell us about your involvement with rescue work.
Well, like I said, we've been doing rescue work, my wife and I, probably for 11 years now, and primarily with pit bulls. Again, I guess there's a lot of correlations between not just my rescue work, but the type of rescue work I do. And I share openly, my drug of choice was crack. So, I was literally a junkie crackhead, and people, they look at me now, and I'm, chubby and jovial, and they're like,
"You look great."
Yeah, and they're like, "No way, you weren't." I'm like, "Yeah, I really was." So when people have this stereotype of addicts, and I don't fit it anymore, which is nice. But my love for pit bulls makes me think of myself, because they have this terrible stereotype, and they're such wonderful, loving animals, and I feel like I'm a wonderful, loving person. I can say that about myself today. And that's how pit bulls are, and that's why I love them so much. They are so eager to please. They're eager to serve us, and I'm eager to serve people and their pets. So there's a lot of correlation there between me and pit bulls, for that matter. And last year, April of 2010, after 10 years of private rescue work, I founded Pity Rescue Inc. That's my nonprofit pit bull organization. So I now have a nonprofit pit bull organization to help me reach my goal. And one of my goals is to have a pit bull sanctuary. So when I get a phone call, I never have to say, "No, I don't have room." There'll always be somewhere for that dog to go.
Oh, that's excellent to know. Tell us how you educate your consumers and pet owners on their pet's health or their nutrition or even with training.
And as I mentioned earlier, I try to really take a look at the overall picture, because people may come here and say, "Oh, my dog is itching," and do you have a spray for that? Now, most shops, and unfortunately most veterinarians, okay, who are conventional and Western in thought, will give that consumer, that pet owner, a product to address the symptom. Okay, how I look at care and how I educate people is the symptom. It's a signal for us to find out what's going on. Okay, for instance, let's say a dog has itchy skin. They come here for a spray. The first thing I'm going to do is get that dog on a better diet, because almost always that's the root cause of skin and coat problems, for instance. So I try to educate them, number one, on proper nutrition and balanced lifestyle, stress factors. Pretty much, we have to focus on everything.
So tell us about your rescue work and how that helped you overcome your challenges.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably the other way around.
All right.
Yeah, I think it was the other way around, because I was already sober. I was already clean for quite a few years before I really dove into rescue work, and I think it's because of that I felt almost obligated to do something. I was taught, and when I got sober and I was in recovery, one of the first things we're taught is we stay clean and sober by giving of ourselves freely. It's like an axiom.
Yes.
To keep it, you got to give it away.
There you go.
Kind of like that.
Yes,
so
that makes sense.
yeah, and my second chance at life, it went that way, as opposed to dogs saving me per se. It was more of me finding my where I'm supposed to be in life. Finding my passion. I focus so much on responsible pet ownership and promoting pit bulls in a positive manner. My 9-year-old pit bull is a therapy dog. We've been doing therapy work for about 8 years. We go to hospitals, senior citizen homes, youth facilities, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, all sorts of community services, just to promote pit bulls in a positive light. And that's really where I wanted to go, is to change the perception. Almost like I had to change my perception. Going from the lying, sneaky person I was,
Sure.
to a responsible and useful member of society.
Yeah. Tell us why consumers would come to Paradise Pet over other stores.
I get that question a lot, usually in the form of who's your competition, and I don't say this in a conceited way or an arrogant way by any stretch, but I don't believe I have any competition. I think that everybody that owns a store like this has very similar products. And in that respect, I don't believe we're competitors. I look at other stores more as partners and colleagues, because we're independent pet retailers. We are small business owners. I feel we're on the same side. And my business is my customers. Anybody can sell a bag of dog food. But I really appreciate when people walk in this door. When people walk in and they're willing to spend their hard-earned money here, I'm going to do everything in my power to help them and to make their pets healthier.
Thank you, Jeff. And I know that the neighborhood definitely appreciates you being here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. To learn more about Vive Katerin, please visit us at www.vivekaterin.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter.